Ionization works best on highly purified water. Tyent is dedicated to providing alkaline ionized water that is filtered beyond industry standards. Tyent leads the industry with 2 large multiple-stage filters. The first filter contains activated carbon and removes various chemicals such as chlorine. The second filter contains additional carbon along with special ceramics to remove the heavy metals and additional contaminants in your water. Tyent also offers ultrafiltration, which can purify tap water down to 0.01 microns, the same level of purification utilized by kidney dialysis machines. Recently, the New York Times reported that since 2004, the water provided to more than 49 million people has contained illegal concentrations of chemicals like arsenic, as well as dangerous bacteria, often found in sewage. Tyent's National Drinking Water Database allows our water experts to instantly inform you about what contaminants are present in the tap water in your house. This invaluable data can be used by our staff to create a customized pre-filter solution to ensure that your water is safe, pure, and healthy. The water cell is a collection of metal plates that constitute the heart of any water ionizer. The more plates in a water cell, the greater the electrolysis, which means antioxidant-rich water with a very high negative oxidation reduction potential. Tyent offers models with 7, 9, and 11 multi-dipped platinum-coated titanium plates. Tyent only uses premium components to ensure that their plates lead the industry in durability and innovation. In fact, Tyent's plate technology is so advanced that it produces water that spans the entire pH scale, from strong acid to strong alkaline, which is effective in removing stains and reducing the presence of herbicides and pesticides from your fruit and vegetables.
What are the first healthy changes you'll notice in your body when you start drinking water from Tyent's all-new 11-plate model? Will you have more energy, lose weight, or just feel great from the improvement in your overall wellness? The fact that this machine has 11 plates makes all the difference. It means better pH levels, more antioxidants, and a faster flow rate so that you have the healthiest, most hydrating water on the planet, dispensed twice as fast as any other water ionizer on the market. I'm Tess from Tyent USA, and here's a fast and fun look at the all-new Tyent Retin UCE11. It fits snug right at your sink, so you'll have fresh, ionized water whenever you want it. Just push this button right here. Yep, it's that easy. Not only is it easy to use, but it has a timeless look that fits perfect in today's modern decor. If your house is more traditional, you'll have a welcomed conversation piece. Either way, you'll have a new center of attention in your kitchen. With the unmatched aesthetics of the UCE11, it's no wonder that it's been featured in million-dollar homes in both the US and Canada. Tyent gives you 75 days to prove us right. And you should know that more than 99% of our customers keep their Tyent water ionizer after trying it in their home. Are you going to love it as much as me, or are you going to love it even more? With Tyent's Love It Guarantee, you have 75 days to try it in your home and find out for yourself.
Hi, I'm Dr. Gus at Advanced Health and Wellness Centers. We have a wellness clinic where we see people with chronic health conditions most of the time. So today I would like to take an attempt to demonstrate a little bit about what we're talking about. And we're going to take a patient here, a good friend of ours, Sue, who really has never gone through our clinic. So this is really good because she's utilized her own methods for health and really we'll time it and measure the effects 1 minute and 5 minutes after drinking it and see if we see any changes.
I consider myself to be a very healthy person. I do intense yoga 3 times a week, sometimes 4. I eat healthy, all organics, grass-fed meats, and just keep very busy. So I expect that my blood work is going to come out just fine today.
One of the things we're seeing here is that you know, the whole screen, when you take a snapshot, you see around 700 red blood cells to a white blood cell. You're a little short on your red blood cell count. You're definitely having no movement at all. Very little motion. There was a little some right in the beginning. Now obviously outside the body, it's going to react a little different, but we've seen thousands of these, so we know it should move for quite a while outside the body if it was normally ionized. The other thing I'm seeing is there is not a lot of white glow in these cells. And I'm going to change the phase so we're able to see better. But right here, the membrane is collapsing and breaking. And I could see it on several ones. It'll show better on this next screen. There isn't uniformity. Some seem bigger than others, you know. It's bigger and that's a little smaller and smaller. The other thing is the membrane is jaggedy, which is it's unhealthy, versus nice and round. We're seeing a lot of debris and things that shouldn't be in there. Okay. And definitely no energy in your cells. No, that white glow is not in there. And you know, we can scan. I mean, this has been outside your body now for 3-4 minutes. But the white glow should be in some of your cells. And we're seeing nothing.
I was shocked to see my first blood analysis. My blood basically wasn't moving at all. It was very, very shocking.
Okay, now we're going to do the second test. You've drank that bottle of water. It's been roughly 5 minutes. Okay, so we're going to go through the same process. Going to get the same finger in a different spot. And we're going to look under the microscope and see if we have any changes. So I expect your body to change quickly because of so many good things you do, but being dehydrated, you see you clump up, but you got movement to start happening from just putting water in.
Yeah.
And in our opinion, without the charge, it's not going to do as good of a job. But we'll see in the next following test. Okay. But you will see that you got some more movement now. So hydration, key to your health. Being out of the body, obviously, it's not going to be as happy as in the body. But at the same time, it should have this continuous waterfall type of flow. I mean, over a minute. And then, you know, as time subsides, it should just go into the steady flow, like what you're seeing, for, can be hours.
After drinking bottled water, it did improve the flow a little bit, but then there was clumping of my red blood cells, which was a bit unsettling.
Just drank Tyent ionized alkaline water, and it's been in your system roughly 5 minutes. Okay, so let's see how much more the hydration works and if the ionized water looks any different than the bottled water. See, the body has this untapped potential to really change quickly when you do the right things. Yeah. But universally, everybody needs water and oxygen as a starting point in order to, you know, recover their health and balance their body. So, you know, if we were to go to the other screen, now we see a ton of white.
Yeah.
And movement. And what a difference. What a difference 10 minutes makes.
Yeah.
So, you know, one of the questions usually is, well, does ionized water raise oxygen? If what we're looking at here is oxygen, obviously, like I said, that mobility, opening the potential of the membrane to take in air, it seems like it increases it. It's not that it's increasing the total, I don't think, volume coming in, but it's allowing the red blood cell to carry more.
Yeah.
I think that's where the increase is happening, but that's just an opinion at this point.
After seeing these 3 blood analysis tests come back today and the effects that the Tyent ionized water had on my blood circulation and flow and non-clumping of my blood, I am very convinced that it is a beneficial thing that I need in my life.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some fantastic ways to use alkaline water other than for drinking. I've got a couple different cups here with tomatoes. I'm going to soak these tomatoes in 2 different types of water, and I'm going to show you that even though you may think you've been cleaning your vegetables at home, you really haven't been. Watch this. Tap water right here. Just going to fill this up, let it soak. I'm going to do the same thing here. Now, as you may or may not know, there's all different kinds of things on vegetables that you don't necessarily want on vegetables. Herbicides, pesticides, insecticides, all kinds of things that you definitely don't want to be eating or feeding to your family. So what do? A lot of people rinse it in tap water, which I'll put here. But what I do is I rinse it or soak it in Tyent turbo water. I'm going to show you why. What I've got here is some sesame seed oil. Now, I'll take a little bit of this and pour it in the bottom of the cup here. A little bit and pour it in the bottom of this cup here. Now, everybody knows that oil and water don't mix, right? Of course. But I want to show you something really cool. First, I'm going to take the tap water. I'm going to prove what we already know to be true. As you can see, the separation, the oil and the water are separating very quickly. Once again, that's what oil and water are supposed to do. They're supposed to separate. But in this bottle, this is a Good Life bottle. This is a bottle that we designed to maintain the properties of alkaline water. It's dual-walled, vacuum sealed, because things that affect alkaline water are air and light. So we keep it nice and vacuum sealed. We keep it away from the light. Lasts for a very long time. Take my Tyent turbo water. Watch what happens here. We've essentially just emulsified oil. Come on, people. Nothing else can do that on the planet. We've taken modified water that we put through a Tyent machine, and we've emulsified oil. Now, why did I mix this demonstration with the tomato demonstration? Let me go back to the tomatoes and show you why. When you deal with tomatoes, you're dealing again with herbicides, pesticides, insecticides, but they're oil-based. As you can see, oil and water don't mix, so when rain comes down from the sky, it's not washing off these herbicides, pesticides, insecticides. Either is your tap water. I'm going to prove that to you right now. Let's just set these aside. Now remember, the one on the left over here is our tap water. We've been soaking our tomatoes in the water for about, I don't know, a few minutes now. And look at that, nice clear water. But watch this. We take our tomatoes that are being soaked in the Tyent turbo water. What just happened there? Well, we've got a whole cup here full of herbicides, pesticides, and insecticides. In this cup, we've got nothing. So where are all the herbicides, pesticides, and insecticides that were on these tomatoes? They're still on those tomatoes. So if you're washing your vegetables in regular tap water or bottled water, you're not really washing them at all. If you were to taste this tomato versus the one soaked in Tyent turbo water, you won't even believe it. It's amazing how much better your fruits and vegetables are going to taste when you remove all of these chemicals. This is nothing other than a cup full of chemicals that were on these tomatoes and are still on these tomatoes. Which one would you rather give to your family? The ones with the chemicals or the ones without? You will not believe the taste of clean, fresh vegetables when all the chemicals are removed.
When the oncologist said she may have 10 months, I was ready to try just about anything.
A year ago, I went in for ovarian cancer. They did surgery. They removed everything, my ovaries, the tubes, everything, my appendix. They did all kinds of biopsies in there. They must have done 20, 25 biopsies, and it all came back negative. In less than a year, my blood markers went up, and that's when they found something's going on, so they did another CAT scan, and that's when we found the cancer was back and had already grown to that size. The doctor said at that point that my cancer was rare, only 3% of people get this type of ovarian cancer, and that the cancer itself was chemo-resistant. He had called Sloan Kettering in New York, he called Texas, some doctors there, to see what the latest results would be. If they knew of anything new that he could try, he could try. This large mass up here was the original tumor. And then after the 6 weeks, it reduced itself to this little spot here. And now after another 6 weeks, it's down to an even smaller. You can hardly even see it on there anymore. So, I mean, this is, for me, this is proof that things are working.
Let's explain. Alkaline and acid. Neutral in the body is 7.365. The body works very hard to keep the blood at that slightly alkaline level. That's the ideal level. But the tissues are absorbing all of these oxidizing processes and becoming acidic. We want to bring the body out of acidity and into alkalinity, and we have a healthy body. Because cancer can't grow, deterioration in the body doesn't occur, and the body can detoxify easily, more easily, when it is alkaline. And I feel strongly that 95% of human disease is toxicity. Toxicity is responsible for cancers. Toxicity is responsible for heart disease. It's responsible for all vascular disease. It's responsible for all neurodegenerative diseases. And that starts, if you want to go from the top and the worst ones, of Alzheimer's disease and ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease, to multiple sclerosis and to autism and to attention deficit disorder. All of those diseases have a commonality of toxicity in the body.
Initially, I became very ill, and I researched the holistic approach for a very serious infection, and I tried the Tyent water, and within a few days my infection had totally disappeared, and I became much more invigorated. I had a lot of energy. Aside from having energy, the most important thing, I'm almost 90% pain-free. And that has helped me tremendously. And I'm a firm believer in cleansing the body, and I know our bodies are ridden with toxins through the years, through the air, through the food we eat, pesticides and parasites. And I believe everybody would benefit.
My patients ask me about what they can do to improve their health. And one of the best things that I tell them they can do is to drink pure water. If you look around, and if you really look into purified water, it's very hard to find a really good pure water. Bottled water companies are completely inferior. But these water alkalizing systems are wonderful for detoxifying the body. The toxicity we come across in the air we breathe, in the water we drink, in the water we bathe in, all affect our health. And one of the best things we can do, and the most important thing we can do, is to drink alkaline water, because it flushes out the part of your body that's called the ground substance, or it's the matrix that all of your cells sit in. And that is where everything happens in your body, is in this ground substance. And the only thing that I have found that cleanses that is alkaline water. So I consider it one of the most important things a person can do for themselves and their family's health.
I've worked with hundreds of different supplements to try to accomplish alkalinity in patients' bodies, but what I have found to be most effective is the alkalized, energized, ionic water that is created by the Tyent hydration system. I believe that this water is the most effective, and actually immediately effective, most powerful agent I've used thus far in alkalizing my patients. And I'm very grateful, and so are my patients, that I have these kind of tools to be able to work with.
When I found a product that was affordable, like the Tyent, and yet high quality, like the Tyent, I decided that it was worth the investment for me to find out for myself if I could have the kind of results that other people were having. And to my great pleasure, I experienced many wonderful medical, what I call miracles in my life. The reversal of my IBS symptoms that I'd had for over 3 years since my gallbladder surgery that left me almost homebound sometimes were completely reversed, to the degree that I now have a natural digestive tract that never gives me any problem. I used to have acid reflux that would keep me up at night or give me uncomfortable heartburn symptoms. I now have no acid reflux. I have no heartburn ever, despite what I eat, because I'm drinking the alkaline water, the Tyent water, that is such a natural part of my lifestyle now.
So from all reasons, you need fresh water out of your alkalinizer, which is your Tyent unit, and you get the best water that way.
Although I'm now retired as a senior partner from J.D. Power & Associates, I did head up the healthcare division, and we constantly looked at opportunities to pick the best in class. There was going to be an award given, a trophy, which I gave out many to in many different categories, for best alkaline antioxidant water. By far, I think Tyent would win hands down.
I started drinking it and I feel a lot better. I feel more youthful, and it takes a lot of the pains away, the aches and pains, arthritis and stuff like that. Allows us to jump around the stage and continue to be 15 the rest of our lives.
In my book, there's no simpler way to protect your health than just adding alkaline water to your diet.
I take every chance that I get to tell people about the importance of using alkaline water in their diet. I tell them about my Tyent machine and how pleased I am with it and the miracles that it's created in my life, just to give them an opportunity to think outside of the box of what we're told by the medical society of the only way that we can heal ourselves is through, pharmaceuticals and medicines. And I know that is not the complete truth. There are other natural ways, and the Tyent water is a perfect example of that.
I've turned other people on to the water, and of course they were a little skeptical at first because it seems too easy. It's just water. But it's not just water, it's water the way God intended water to be.
It's like you feel better all the time, not just a little bit, not just for a couple hours. It's an overall feeling of well-being.
I just feel so blessed that we were able to find the Tyent and have it work so well. The very first thing that we really tried to be successful.
And what's your quality of life worth?
Yeah.
It's worth trying.
I guess best job description for me is I'm a health and performance analyst. And I bet you wonder what that means. Well, I played professional sports and I coached professional sports, and now I'm one-on-one, one-on small groups with biomechanics, functional strength, mental, emotional, and nutritional. When I was a pitching coach with the Texas Rangers, when Nolan Ryan signed with them, he was actually a better pitcher from age 39 to 46 than he was at any other time in his career. And it was quite simply taking an already polished Hall of Fame product and increasing health and performance. Probably current players that are pretty special, future Hall of Famers would be Tom Brady or Drew Brees. We probably work with 13, 14 of the top quarterbacks that are currently playing. We've been singing the praises of alkaline water for 8, 9 years. The bottom of our athletic food pyramid is hydration, and obviously hydrate early, hydrate often, but pH is also important. And we've known for a number of years that an alkaline body recovers and heals faster than an acidic body. The fact that we've got Tyent alkaline water in my house here is a firm grasp of the obvious. So I'm just practicing what I preach. Every athlete, whether they're elite or everyday, that comes through our doors, alkaline water is, obviously what we recommend they hydrate with. I'm virtually certain that Tom Brady was already using alkaline water when he first showed up to work with us 3-4 years ago now. So it's no secret, it's been out there, and the smart ones do use alkaline water. The body heals quicker, recovers faster, fights off viruses and bacteria much better in an alkaline state than it does in an acidic state. Probably one of the biggest problems we have in the United States is people do not hydrate properly. Tyent alkaline water, if you have access to the system, either in your house, in your locker room, or in your clubhouse, alkaline water is more efficient hydration than regular water. The consensus across the board about water is pretty simple. If you can hydrate, might as well hydrate with alkaline water.
I am a certified nutritional consultant, and I have a doctorate in psychology, and for many years I counseled families, at-risk families, and I realized when I put them on an eating plan, their health changed, and so did their mindset. And one day I decided to combine my background in psychology with my education in nutrition to help other people their health in their life. I've been featured on The Ricky Lake Show, Good Morning Texas, on Fox News, and many other shows that really have allowed me to share my healthy message, which is really my passion in life. I've written 2 books, How to Fight Fatflammation and Fire Up Your Fat Burn. Unfortunately, 99% of my clients were overweight, and so that is how I went into the business of helping people lose weight. When you drink Tyent ionized alkaline water, you are reversing cellular inflammation, and this has a metabolic effect that reverses inflammation in the fat cell. This leads to weight loss. Research shows that drinking this water is a powerful way to achieve weight loss. And if you need motivation to drink water, what better way to motivate yourself than knowing that with every glass, every sip of Tyent alkalized ionized water, that you are losing weight. Tyent water is smooth, it's delicious tasting. I give it to my puppy Tessa, who just seems to love it. I use the acidic water from Tyent to clean. I have been drinking Tyent water, and it confirms the research that I have come across. I now recommend it to my friends, my family, as well as my clients.
Is that Rick Springfield? Rick Springfield? Rick in Springfield.
Hi, I'm Rick Springfield.
Yeah.
just had the brand new Tyent water ionizer installed, this puppy right here, and it is freaking awesome. I find that Tyent water has reversed the aging process in me. I'm now actually getting younger. And I'm hoping to win the Academy Award, and I will get up there and I will thank Tyent. It's actually helped my throat on the road. It actually helped me singing and keeps me super hydrated in my throat, because that's the first thing that goes if you're run down or if you're dry, if you don't have enough water in your system. The first thing goes to the throat, especially as you're singing. And it really has helped me. And we're going to get one of those the travel units to take on the road. Yes! Which is going to be awesome! But there's also the actual physical change that being hydrated does to your body and your mind, because we're 80% water, so you may as well put good water in your system. If you're smart, you'll grab one of these puppies before they're sold out.